going to score 14 points over 2 games, that he was going to fall off the cliff. Will Barton's going to offer nothing, and then Monte Morris going to offer nothing, and then you're telling me Jeff Green's offering nothing either way, then yeah, for sure, it's a terrible matchup, but that's the
Jordan
point.
Poole towards MVP.
They haven't, but look,
Jordan
they
Poole's
haven't
a bucket,
performed
bro.
this bad all season. They haven't performed this bad all season. So my whole thing was,
why did you really believe that the Nuggets would be a?
This was between the Grizzlies, the Suns, and the Warriors. I said the Warriors of that matchup because the Grizzlies have a lot of things that would provide Jokic a lot of issues, including Jaren Jackson Jr. and having Steven Adams on the court. And then again, defensively, there'd be no answer for Ja Morant, all those other things. So again, from an interior advantage matchup, Joker would have to do something against any of those teams. I'd much rather see him do it against Kayvon Looney and Draymond, and then not have to dealing with all their bigs and then everything they would have to deal with, all that other stuff. The problem is the role players have cratered. Like, that's the actual conversation that people are just avoiding when talking about Joker. Like, Aaron Gordon hadn't had a 2-game stretch where he played this bad the entire year. No one is showing up on the roster outside of Joker, so I'm not even upset about it. At this point, it is what it is. Like, people are not playing well.
Monte Morris playing okay.
It comes from
he's not. He's getting abused.
He's playing terrible defense. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's not. He's getting abused. Monte Morris is getting abused. Go ahead.
That was Jokic.
Let me tell you. There's other players.
Bro.
You said nobody could ever do what he's doing, bring this team to the playoffs and that. If you look at
ever, I didn't say ever. I said
He didn't
this
say
year.
ever. He didn't say
I said this year.
This year. Okay, but there's players that if you put on that team,
who?
Kevin Durant.
So why didn't Craig last year? Wait. So why did it Craig?
No, hold on. Don't interrupt him. Don't interrupt him. So because it's not Kevin. Kevin didn't play enough games to do anything. His team was in the play-in, and no. That's a no. That's a no. It's not Kevin.
When he was out, they lost 12 straight games.
Luka. You can say Luka.
I don't understand. Like, we've had this conversation about floor rating before. Kevin Durant is not a better floor rater than Joker or Luka Doncic. So, like, we're not having this. Kevin Durant is not that player that goes to that category. So, even if you ask Golden State fans about the difference between him and Steph Curry, you look at the Warriors when Kevin Durant was on the court without Steph Curry, they were a worse team with Kevin Durant on the court as opposed to Steph Curry. So, like, we've had this conversation before. Go ahead, Brock. Right who else do you feel like would be able to floor rate as well as Joker has this season?
Let me tell you like this. It's not that I think there's other players that could do it and you might disagree with it, but that's not the point. Here's the big problem. He isn't playing the way you named his stats, 26, 11 and 6, whatever he had, whatever he's averaging, but it's not as good as what he was doing in the regular season. So if you look at his team, they're not playing as good either, but it starts from the top down, and he's their best player. So when he's not playing as good as he was, which again, he doesn't have help, and superstars need help. Nobody wins it by themselves. Nobody. But it starts with him, and he's not playing good enough. And
he's averaging his regular season.
No, he's not. He has 26 points a game. He was averaging more than that in the regular season, and he was averaging more rebounds and more assists. So it starts with the head of the snake. And when he goes out there and his body language is all bad, and it's just like a losing body language to me, and he goes out there,
he's fed up. He's fed up.
Okay, he's fed up, but is that how you knock it? Is that how you combat that? I mean, he's
are you measuring?
Bro, what do you do, bro?
I don't know what I would do because I'm not in that situation. But I mean, I feel like if you were a little bit more let's win, let's get this done, let's do this, let's amp up our defense, let's all this stuff. You could get guys like Bones Highland who torched the Sixers. I watched with my own fucking eyes. He just killed us. And that's
a rookie in the regular season.
I know, but I get it. But Tyrese Maxey was a rookie last year, and he won us.
Tyrese Maxey. They lost. Who did you play in the first round last year?
Wizards. Washington.
You played Washington in the first round last year.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying Maxey. But Maxey was a rookie last year, and he didn't even play.
But comparing Tyrese Maxey against the Washington Wizards to Bones Highland versus the Warriors is completely different scenario.
Maxey barely played in that series. He barely played in that fucking series.
Maxey didn't play in the Washington.
But process.
Wait a second.
But go ahead.
Maxey did play. He did play.
No, not nearly as much as he did in Atlanta.
I don't think that your comparison
is
a good comparison here. Just because I think two things can be true. I think that Jokic is going up against a juggernaut of a team with limited help, but he's also not playing to the standards people expect him to. I think what they're saying is if he was still some similar level of dominance while losing, people would be okay with that. But you got to understand the matchup that he's going against is going to limit him based on exposing what his
But he's
weaknesses
supposed to
are
be the
as a player
MVP.
consistently. And that's
Why do you say that?
Didn't
But
Embiid
Because
win a
well, hold
game
on,
down for 19
time
points?
out. Everybody,
for
hold on,
him to
time out.
get.
So
I'll tell you why I say that.
hold
Because
on.
when Embiid,
Hold on, time out. Gifted, I want to talk to Gifted in process about this. You're saying he's the MVP, but what does that have anything to do with the matchup? The fact of the matter is, it don't matter who it is, because LeBron has dropped in the playoffs before based on regular season expectations. Michael Jordan dropped in the playoffs before based on regular season expectations in the matchup. So
and
to
they got
say that because
criticized
you're,
for it.
and that's fine. I'm good with them
Did
being
LeBron do
criticized.
it in the first round though?
What do you mean? LeBron didn't. First off, LeBron in his life never played against a team as good as this Warriors team in the first round in his prime. Never.
This is why
Not
we're
one
saying the
point in
dude
time.
shouldn't have won MVP as a 6 seed.
Those claps are audible.
That first off, I don't care about seeding and stuff in the last 2 seasons. Like, it's been in the middle of COVID, all this other stuff. Like, I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you're going to say that because you won 51 games in the one conference and then you won 48 games in another conference, and that means that one person should win the MVP, the other, like, it doesn't matter to me. That doesn't matter. I think it's stupid. I disagree with it. I think he was outright the best player. But I'm saying, like,
No, he wasn't.
to then, that's your opinion, which is fine, and you're wrong because he's not going to win MVP. So my
I
whole
don't
thing is,
mean he's the
you
best player.
don't mean anything. Okay, blah blah blah. But
It
you brought up
does,
he's
nigga.
MVP.
He's showing it right
But you
now.
brought up he's MVP.
That team is so fucking bad.
Hold on,
Nigga
y'all.
salty, man.
Yeah, we got some feedback. So Gifted in process. Go ahead and finish up your points if y'all have something you want to finish up.
Yeah,
It's just that
my
when
point is
Go
when
ahead,
you're looking
Gifted.
at like this matchup. From what I've seen, Jokic
Is this just me?
Nah, he's definitely breaking up.
He's lagging his
Something's
ass
wrong
off.
with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Walmart
bro.
Wi-Fi.
Can't hear you, Gabe.
I think the real problem with the Nuggets is when's Jamal Murray coming back? He's cleared by the doctors and everything.
Next year.
Can y'all mute your mics if you're not talking?
That's
Just give me some
embarrassing.
feedback. Go ahead, Haydu.
What's up with Jamal Murray, bro?
He
I heard he was cleared by the doctors, and he's not playing.
Yeah, he does. He just doesn't feel fully comfortable yet. That's just, when you come back from an ACL, it's just sometimes it just takes a while for your body to get fully reintegrated. That's all it is.
It's a little scary though. Not even a little bit.
No, it's just that's
Not
typical.
playoff basketball,
Hold on. It's just typical of when you're going through a major rehab process and then relearning your body. Being comfortable with landing and jumping and horizontal movement and all that. Like when I play college football, it's the same thing. It's just sometimes mentally it's that next step from going from training and rehabbing to running full speed on the field and then doing all your cutting, but then getting back into like 11-on-11 football. That's just a big transition. So I think Jamal is just trying to be careful with his future. And again, honestly, man, like even if he comes back this series, I mean, yeah, if he's Jamal, sure, but I don't know if he's going to be Jamal to start the series. So like, I'd much rather him at this point just be like, look, man, I just want you to be safe. I want you to just do what you need to do. You ain't got to be back on the NBA court until September. So take those 3 months or whatever else it is, continue to rehab. Same thing with Michael Porter Jr. Like, I don't think the Nuggets are winning championship this year. They just don't have the pieces. Like, I would just rather him come back fully healthy, and then you can do what you got to do as a fully healthy squad. And then they need to make significant changes around the edges of that team. Like, they don't have any defenders. They got rid of Gary Harris. They don't have Jeremy Grant. They got rid of Torrey Craig and Shaq Harrison. They got Facu Campazzo.
They need a new coach.
Go ahead.
They need a new coach too. I don't know if he knows what he's doing over there.
No, he tripping.
I mean, okay, how many chances are you going to give him? He does have. Okay, he's going to win MVP, Jokic. So it's back-to-back MVPs, and you get swept twice in the in the playoffs. That's not a good sign. And you can blame Jokic, and I do think he's a part of the problem. But the head coach isn't scheming him up to be open, and they're just the players on the team. They're closing out on everybody so quickly, and it just you need to force the ball to Jokic, and you need him to get double teamed. That's why I keep saying it. And you're saying, why would the Warriors do that? It wouldn't help them. But if he's going out there and he's dominating the ball, because he could dominate Draymond. I don't give a shit how good of a defender
He's
is.
gonna
He's
get
way better
fouled.
than him. He's got to dominate Draymond Green. And then when the double team comes after they're winning, Steve Kerr's going to double him. Then he's going to kick out and he's going to get – and then the offense is going to be flowing like it was in the regular season. The Nuggets team reminds me of this is how Dirk in 2010 when they won it all. It's such a similar team. Yes, Jason
No,
Terry and Jason Kidd. Listen, they had go look at the stats. Go
bro.
look at the stats. They
That
had to
You
go look
that
at
tripping,
the
bro?
Mavericks had
You
a
tripping?
squad that
Give
year.
us the stats, bro. Give
That
us the
Mavs
stats.
team
Okay,
played
I'll give you the
defense.
stats.
Give us
I'll
the
give you
stats.
the stats. I'll give you the stats. If you look at the top two players, Dirk and Jokic, they're equivalent, except Jokic has more rebounds and assists than him, but points, they're the same.
So not
If you go
equivalent.
down,
So who's Jason
They're not
Kidd?
the same.
they are. Yeah, Jokic
You
is
got an
Jokic
old
is
ass
better than
Jason
that.
Kidd. Jason Kidd's ass was then. Come on, bro. He was
And if you
ass in
look at the numbers,
2010.
during the regular season, Barton and they had Bones Highland, Barton, and Aaron Gordon were all double-digit scorers, just like Shawn Marion, Jason Terry, and
What?
maybe Tyson
Oh,
Chandler.
come
They
on,
were.
bro.
Yeah,
They
Sean
all.
Marion's a significantly better player than all of them.
He's not
Sean Marion
significantly
was
better.
Yes,
No,
he
no, no,
is.
no.
old though at that
Marion.
point.
Are you just going to
They're
talk
better.
about
You watch the
offense, or you're not going to talk
He's-
about defense at
Yeah,
all?
he's significantly better than any of them.
Who's Tyson Chandler for them?
Yeah, who's Tyson Chandler? I was about to say that.
Well, it's hard because he's the center. So
Jokic is the center.
is the center. So I mean,
No,
you're
who
not gonna
brings
compare.
that type of
You
But
defense?
he's
just
also
compared
the
Dirk
Who brings
to
this type of defense?
Jokic, so what are you talking
Jokic
about?
I mean,
is-
Jokic is a
I just
below
compared them
average
because they're the
defender.
two
He can't
best
defend me.
players.
So was Dirk.
Yeah, Jokic is exactly. But
Exactly, so
you're making
who's
my
the Tyson
point
Chandler? There is no Tyson Chandler.
because he plays
it's just
center.
a
But
different
Because he's a
I mean, if you go to
center.
Dirk,
No, not because.
Oh my
Not
god,
even
you
saying
guys
who was the
Let's
are
best
you
talk about
that
it.
are you that
defense.
dense?
Just
No,
Like
who's
but you can't-
dense?
what are you talking about? You
you're
can't
comparing
compare.
two teams that you can't compare because their
Yes,
roster is
you
completely
can.
different.
It doesn't matter. You can
It's not
compare them
completely
because
different.
you have
Bro, you
have a
compare
great,
Bones
you have
and
one
Jason
great
Kidd, bro.
player.
He not the real
No one compares
MVP.
Bones and
He
Jason.
not
No,
impacting
yeah.
the game like Dirk Nowitzki.
That's
I need to know
nasty.
what
Oh my god.
Exactly.
I need to
Hell
know what
yeah.
advanced analytical stats y'all got for me today in the playoffs to say that he's the
Yo,
best
this
center
man
in the
is crazy.
playoffs.
Giving
He's
us
the
two
best,
stats.
Have you bro. seen his team, bro? Stop
The
talking.
truth shall come to the light, Swiper.
He don't got Maxine Harden to carry him, man.
What was the stat?
I thought
gave
he
us
makes
then,
people
Maxime
better.
Harden
I
to
thought he
carry
makes
him, even though
people
Embiid
better.
had
Can we do one
32
at a
and
time,
11
please?
last game.
But Max,
I can't hear not a word y'all saying. I got the process talking about the Dallas Mavericks and the Nuggets team. I got bad guy coming over here talking about some, I don't know what he's saying, screaming about something. Samir's trying to get points in about something. Like there's people like putting emojis everywhere. Like Chao's talking about Uptown Philly and you know all this nonsense. And like Haydu is questioning if Joker should even be all NBA. Like, I just need to hear some coherent points from one person at a time. Let Process finish up his point about the Dallas Mavericks. Glam needs to go, and then Bad Guy, then you can go.
My only point was it's a comparable team if you look at the way they're constructed. Obviously, Dallas is a better team, and I don't expect that this Nuggets team could win the championship. It's impossible. They don't have enough. But if you look at their numbers and you look at their offensive numbers mostly, it's very comparable. You take Dirk and Jokic out of it, they're a wash. And you look at the rest of their players, it's very comparable offensively. Obviously, Dallas was a better team. But the reason Dallas did what they did in the playoffs is because their key guy stepped up, and he was the best player in that playoff series. And he was better than LeBron and D-Wade and Bosh, and that's why they won. That's what my whole point is. If Jokic could step up a little bit more, I'm not saying he's playing bad, but if he's really the MVP, which he deserved it last year, he should be able to step up and he should elevate his team just to win a game. Because getting swept twice it's just bad. It's a bad look.
it's a team sport, though.
I know, but again, it is a team sport. But that Dirk Nowitzki's team, it was better than this team, but it's comparable. That's all.
No, hold on, time out. Let me hold
The
on. Let me
intangibles
read
are
this to
strong.
y'all. Let me read this.
The op is ready for this loss.
I need people to understand that like this is the reason this is a crazy take process. I've enjoyed talking to you today, but that Dallas Maverick points, it's awful, and I'm gonna tell you why. First
That
off,
wasn't process.
they had J.J. Barrera, Corey Brewer, Caron Butler. They had Tyson Chandler and Brendan Haywood, Jason Kidd, Sean Marion, Steve Novak, Dirk and Deshaun Stevenson and Peja Stojakovic and Jason Terry on that roster. They were loaded across the board. They had several defensive wings who were elite defensive players that season, including Tyson Chandler, who was an elite at the rim defender that season. Corey Brewer was an amazing 6'9", super rangy combo
165
guard
pounds.
who was able to
The
get to the
Greyhound.
bucket and shoot three-pointers. And then on top of that, Sean Marion was one of the best defensive players of his era. And then everybody doesn't remember him, but he was one of my favorite players of his era because of just what he offered to that team. Deshaun Stevenson was a 6'5" combo guard who could lock up and he could shoot.
Blow the
Then
whistle.
you have Peja coming off the bench, bury buckets. Like, it's not even close.
If you said they were the current Lakers but not apps,
But
then like we would
like,
get
I'm not.
it.
I'm not.
The point.
I'm like that team was really good process. Like it
No,
was.
no, no.
Extreme.
That's
The reason they beat that Heat team 4-2 is because they arguably had a better overall roster than what that Heat team had.
no way. Hold on. This is why they won.
They 1000%.
My whole point.
No, LeBron just took. Hey, LeBron just took.
I swear they was underdogs in every series.
I don't expect Jokic to win a championship with the team he has. That's why I said they're not the same. But I'm just saying they were comparable by those players. They were great role players, but they didn't have another superstar on their team. And Dirk took that team to another level.
Which one of his players is better than one of Sean Marion, one of Tyson Chandler?
No, none of them. That's why.
Zero.
That's why I said that.
One of Jason
None
Terry.
of them. That's why I said
They wouldn't even start on the Mavericks team. None of them would start on the Mavericks team.
I said that. You're missing my point. I didn't say that they would win a championship. Jokic. I'm not expecting.
So what are you
that.
comparing? Like, what is the comparison? I don't see.
He's
I
saying
will say
They
this,
can't
though.
win a
Swipe, you have to
game,
admit
bro. They
this.
can't win one game.
Hold on. Swipe.
Hey, bro, just drop convo, bro.
Hey,
Hold on,
process.
Hold on. Let's because I want to let Glam speak, and then Bad Guy, you can go.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I know Jokic is a great floor raiser. I know he sets the table for everyone on his team, and he is the most valuable player on his team. So don't get me wrong, I'm saying this, but when it comes to the playoffs, do you think he's a better suited second or maybe third option? Because
Second option.
Because I'm just saying it when Michael Porter Jr. comes back, because obviously you have Jamal, but then you also have Michael Porter Jr. And I'm thinking more in the lines of, like how Harden kind of is with his team, and he has Maxey and Embiid. And he's the one setting the table, doing all the assists, getting all the rebounds, and that, facilitator, rebound getter, when it comes to the playoffs, and they can like zero in on your flaws, and they can zero in on, what you're not necessarily the best at. Do you think he's a better suited to, I'll say, second option when it comes to playoff basketball?
So that's a good question. Joker's averaging 26, 11, and 6.5 through 45 playoff games. He's the only person in NBA history with that stat line. He's also shooting 51, 39 now because of the drop off and 84 from the line. He's been the clear number one option for the Denver Nuggets. I think that if the reason I would say that maybe a 1B, 1A option would be good, just because I think centers, they need like a perimeter playmaker in order to be as effective as they possibly can be. I just think centers, by the nature of the position,
Unless
like
you're Joel Embiid.
No, they also he needs. Oh my gosh, I don't know. We have to have the conversation again. He's not clearing. He's not clearing anyone without James Harden and Tyrese Maxey. There would be no story. That's what I'm saying. Like, no center, and the only reason Jokic is able to do what he's done is because he is one of the best playmakers in NBA history. But when you're not a guard or a wing playmaker, meaning like a dribble penetration, dribble creation, off the ball, and all that kind of stuff, like you just need that as a big. So I think there's a reality, like, yeah, where it could be another all-star, but it wouldn't even need to be like a better player. Like, you just need an all-star level player next to him on the court, which he's never had in his career. And then I think that would accentuate his game.
What about Jamal, though? What about Jamal?
Yeah, I think
he's not an all-star.
No, but I'm just saying in the play. I'm not even saying for the regular season, because we already know what Jokic does in the regular season. He dominates. I'm not talking about the regular season at all. So, like, take the regular season out of everything I'm saying and everything you're saying. But the one thing I will take from the regular season are his averages. He averages about 27, 13-7, right? Something like that.
8.
So 8, great, even better. The thing is, those numbers have gone down in the playoffs.
Wait,
Usually, and then if you look,
when, Glam? You saying this
no,
season?
his average right now is 25.5, 10.5, and 5. That is lower in every statistical category
Are you
that I
talking
just
about
named.
in the last 2 games?
For the last 2 games,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is lower than his
Small sample
seasonal
size.
average.
Small
He's
sample
only
size.
gonna play
but
4.
Glam,
Correct?
just to add to this point though, his rebounds and his assists will likely drop in the playoffs just by how people play him. Like
Absolutely.
Harder
his
closeouts.
points.
But going back to my point is, I feel like he seems like when it comes to the playoffs, not putting the regular season in this, I think that he's a better suited second option in the playoffs, and just because of like just the way, because it's a different game. Everybody knows that it's a different game. It's more of a
But like
just
second option to who, Glam?
even because
Like
I
a
mean,
To
Jamal?
Jamal
haven't we
Murray.
seen
Jamal Murray was the
take
one
over
dropping
more
50
in the
on
playoffs
Donovan
because
Mitchell
it's
back
more
to back. It
suited
wasn't
to
Joker.
his game? No, but
Jamal
it's more
Murray's the best player on that team.
Don't say
And Jimmy
that.
Butler
I
was
wouldn't say
carrying
that.
Yeah,
Embiid.
nigga's funny.
He's not, and I'm not saying that Jamal Murray is the most valuable, because he's not. That's why he would never win an MVP,
Bad guy
especially
doing
with
it for you.
Jokic on his
He
team.
can't make an
He's
all-star
not
team.
the most valuable, but in a playoff situation, because of his skill set, the way he can create his own shot, and he can pass a little bit too, he's more of a first option when it comes to the playoffs because of his versatility in shot creation.
Are you talking
And the
about
way
Any
a
guard
scoring
a
first
better
option?
first option then?
Yes, not what else would it be? Like, I'm not saying he should be the initial facilitator of the team.
Well,
I'm just saying a facilitator needs a scoring like a number one
Glam,
scoring option. I don't think he is that.
Glam.
He's not that
Yeah. So again, Jamal's
for the
averaging,
playoffs only.
he's averaging 24, 6, and 5 through his playoff experience. He's shooting very well, but
That's not the
again, I
point.
don't think it's a B. He's not like Jamal is the second option for the Nuggets even in the playoff. But I do think, to your point, like Giannis Antetokounmpo is the first option, but Chris Middleton, it offsets the things that he can't do as well. And that's why that works so well when they do match up in the playoffs. Like Chris Middleton's shot making in the playoffs, and at least in the finals, was exceptional last year. And so that did help to accentuate Giannis's game, and it added a layer to the Bucks offense and even defense because of his length that he didn't have. So 1,000% that's available. But I don't know if there's I don't think there's an MVP level player that's not the number one option. Like LeBron was still the number one option.
Just scoring. Because we all know that Harden is better than Maxey, but he's just a better scoring option. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know about
He's a
that.
better scoring
Don't
option.
start
He's not
this.
a better
Don't start
facilitator.
this.
He's not
Stay
a
on
better
topic,
passer.
Glam.
He's not
You
a
was
better
good. You was
rebounder.
good till
He's
you
just
brought
a
up
better
Harden.
scoring option at the moment, and maybe Harden will be better next year when his hamstring gets a little better. But at the moment,
His hamstring's fine.
Maxey is the
Coach
truth.
but he's a better scoring option, and that's it.
Tyrese
It's not that
Maxey's
he's the more
averaging
valuable.
34 points a game in the first 2 games, and Harden's averaging like 19, 18. So like,
What
yeah,
Maxey
sure.
averaging, bro?
Huh?
What
He's
is
averaging
Maxey averaging?
30.
They got
30,
different
30.
roles, man. One is a point guard and one is a shooting guard at this point.
No,
Glenn,
that
are you
kid
done?
is special,
Harden
bro.
became a point guard.
Harden
He
can't score
no
like
more.
that anymore.
One is a point guard and one is a shooting guard at this point. Y'all still looking for Harden to be shooting guard?
Harden doesn't
Bro, I
need to
thought we played
score
like
to
Harden
be
is
too,
shooting
bro.
guard
The
with
way
taking
the way
35
the
shots a
Raptors are
night.
playing the
Are
Sixers,
y'all done? Glam, are you done? Because I want to focus on Jokic.
Oh, go for it.
Yeah, man. You know what's crazy you brought up? He's not the number one option on his team, man. He's just a point guard, a 7-foot point guard at this point. Because he's talking about some, I forgot who was going back and forth, dropping 40 and 50 versus Donovan Mitchell. That wasn't Joker. That wasn't Joker. No, when we get to the playoffs, he ain't even the best. Hold on, cuz. Hold on.
That's the bubble, though. That's the bubble.
Hold on.
Wait, hold on, y'all. Let him run. Bad guys. He's very enthusiastic. He has his takes. Let him get his takes off, and then y'all can respond. Go ahead, bad guys.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for having this space, dog. You know what I'm saying? I thought you would be holding your man a little bit more accountable, but from what I hear, all I hear is excuses. Where is the advanced analytics at now? You ran out of them? Did you run out of advanced analytics to show that your guy is the true MVP?
Hold on.
It's a question. It's honestly a question.
Are you asking me? What are you asking me?
I'm asking you, have you run out of advanced analytics to defend this man?
We want to hear some analytics.
Hold on. Chael, ain't nobody talking to you, Chael. Are you saying have I run out of advanced analytics for Joker?
Yeah.
No, he's clearing his entire team in advanced analytics. So why would? But I haven't brought it up at all.
Nah. He ain't clearing the NBA. That's the thing about it. Right now, he don't look like the
Tyrese
the man.
Maxey
A
is leading
back-to-back
the
MVP, and he.
Hold on, just so we're clear, Tyrese Maxey is leading the NBA in TPA so far in the playoffs.
And we're not saying Tyrese Maxey's the best player in the league. Notice that. Notice that. See how you can have an advanced analytic, but it doesn't mean something is true.
What does that make him?
Hold on, young boy. Hold on.
Yeah,
because all I know is the back-to-back MVP rage quit. For 2 years in a row, he threw the controller at the TV last night, man.
Wait,
he rage quit. He rage quit. When the going got tough, the man got going. Swiper, he not looking good right now. I think you know deep down in your heart who the true MVP is, man. Go ahead, man. Just say it, man. Just say it.
Yeah, Embiid gets swept in the bubble.
Is it
Embiid averaged 30 in the bubble.
And when Giannis was the true MVP,
right?
he was the number one option on his team, not Middleton, man. Y'all trying to spin this however way y'all want it, man.
You said Giannis was the number one option on his team?
He's the number one option, dog.
People were calling Chris Middleton Batman as of last finals.
What was Batman doing in game one?
He scored 50 in the finals.
Hey, bro, you got to understand when they trolling to bring your man down. What we don't do is troll. We come with real basketball takes, Swiper. And you make a solid case about your man. You make a solid case about your man to be the end. But I told you, when the going gets tough in the playoffs, we going to see. That's what I told you. And now look at your man. He rage quitting. I don't even know if he going to play the whole series, dog. I'm not going to go back and forth with you, bro.
Eject me. Get me out of here. I don't want no more smoke.
He ain't want the smoke, bro. He ran from the smoke.
Is Joel Embiid the number one option for the 76ers?
100%. Even when Tyrese Maxey's going for 38, he's the number one option, the focal point, and make sure that they get the ball. It's called gravity. Something your man don't got.
This is why I
your
said.
Man does. Yo, respectfully,
He don't got Matthew Harden and Tobias.
He had 31 and 11 last game. What are you talking
Hold on. You know what, though? You got to go to Urkel spaces sometimes so you can learn more about gravity. They could tell you more about this than me. I'm just getting used to this, man. That's all this is, gravity, baby.
Well, yeah, that's
and your
true.
man, when we talk about dominance, hold on, Glam. When we talk about dominance, dog, it's something from the eyes that we see. Numbers don't point to these things, bro. You're forgetting to watch the games and you're looking at the box score too much. You a box score, baby, Swiper. I'm sorry, man. I love you, and I'm out, dog.
What about IQ?
Yeah, so bad guy,
best, bro.
I like that dude. I like that dude.
Bad guy got that ISO.
He gets so hyped.
He will try to retreat. That's what he does for some reason. Instead of just staying up here and allowing people to retort to him.
You brought me back up for what, man? I said my piece. I said my piece, my brother.
You realize that when you say something as crazy as it is, you have to allow people to respond to you and try to bring sense to the insidious take that you brought forth. So you need to stay up here and allow people to address what you said other than running away like Philadelphia 76ers fans do every time you see that Rocky
Or was I running away like Joker?
Like Philadelphia 76ers fans do every time I bring up that y'all have a Rocky Balboa statue in the middle of y'all city when y'all actually have one of the greatest boxers in boxing history through your city, but y'all don't like black people in Philadelphia, so therefore y'all ain't trying to give them no love. But Rocky, a made-up TV character, gets a statue, and Cheo visits it every weekend, brings his girl there. He's going to have his graduating photos taken at the Rocky Balboa statue because that is his Philadelphia hero. So I don't want to hear nothing else because I already know it. Cheo didn't confirm this via DM. If you need me to share the DM and share that Cheo said that he loves that Rocky Balboa statue, I can do it. He says that Joe Frazier shouldn't have a statue in Philly because he doesn't believe a black man should have a statue in Philly. That is his words. I can show you the DM. Don't ask me to confirm it. I can show you. So go ahead, bad guy. Then y'all can respond to bad guy, not to anything I just said.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Hold on, y'all. Hey, yo, hold on, my brother. Hold on, I got this. I'm from the city. I got this.
No, he
Swiper, hold on. Don't do that again. Respectfully, I did have a lot of respect for you, but hold on. You trying to paint me out like a coon? That is false.
No, that's
I
what he
want
just
you
tried
to
to do.
no, hold on, bro. Because Joe Frazier got a statue.
Bad guy. We
He
ain't
got
talking
a
to you. We're talking
statue.
to Chael.
We
No, he
complained
trying
as
to
a
paint me
people,
out like a
and he
coon.
got a
That's
statue right
crazy.
outside of Johan's gym. So don't do that.
Like,
Don't lie to the
on.
people about some fake messages and try to paint me like a coon.
Hold on, bad guy.
Because now you cooning, nigga.
Hold on, bad guy. He
I
talking
lost
about
all
me,
my
bro.
respect for you, dog.
Who are you talking to, bro? Chael, go ahead, Chael.
Everything, dog.
Go ahead, Chael.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Swiper? Is it that bad? Is you that hurt, dog, that you gotta make up fake stories?
I don't like black people, Swiper.
Go ahead, Chael.
Joe Frazier got a statue because we, as black people, complained about that. Bro, I'm on this app talking about the Rocky statue and how it stands for white supremacy all the time. Don't do that. Don't do that,
broski.
Yo, nah, I'm done with you, dog.
We
You
hate
coon. You coon.
We hate that. We hate that.
Yeah, this shit took a hard left. Jeez.
Yo,
yeah, hard left. What up, Chael? Go ahead, bro. Bring the point up.
Bro, why you start frauding to the people, man? You know I ain't say that, man.
I know, bro. We chilling, bro.
What
We
type
playing,
tip you
bro.
on, man? Like, I be on here every day defending the black man. Every single day.
Of course, bro. It's jokes, bro. We ain't nobody care about that stupid Rocky statue, bro. Ain't
You
nobody
already
believing
know
none
what
of
time
that.
it is. But let's talk about this, man. You keep talking about the Rocky statue, this, that, my graduation. You always talk about the stuff that don't have nothing to do with the point. We gotta go back to the main point, my guy.
What's your point?
And B got
over
stuff by
your
the
man. He's over your man, and he's proving it right now. Single game.
I don't think there's any conversation to have with
Stop
that right
playing,
now.
bro.
Not a comparable situation.
Didn't Embiid get stuff by the Celtics though?
You talking about 2020? We talking about this year. We talking about
let's focus on the present, yo.
Maxine Harden.
You're right. He had a Ben Simmons whose fucking tampon
Ben
was
Simmons
full,
wasn't even
Tobias
freaking playing.
Harris.
He got hurt.
Exactly, and Tobias Harris didn't know how to fucking shoot a jump shot.
He didn't have nobody that
series,
year.
We had nobody.
And we had
What are you talking about?
Okay,
let's focus on the present, though. Let's focus on the present, though.
You keep talking about old stuff. Let's talk about right now.
Joker's playing with bums.
Was Jokic even relevant in 2020?
This how I know y'all
I didn't
in
even hear that
shambles,
dude's
bro.
name then.
This how we know they in shambles though, because they were treating
switch Joker and Embiid to be the same result.
No one win. I
What's
feel like it wouldn't though. I really don't think so. I really think
the same result of
Agree to
minus
disagree,
45
man.
in
Agree
the
to disagree.
playoffs.
No way.
Minus
We can agree to
45
disagree,
in the
bro.
playoffs
And
so
B
far.
got Maxey dropping 40 in game 1, Harden 22 and 14, Tobias 20.
Bro, they leaving him open. They
What about the second game? What about the second game? Talk about the second game.
Joker, the second best player is garbage. Aaron Gordon is trash.
That okay?
Yo, so
not my fault.
Are y'all
But he
Nuggets
doesn't
fans or
demand a
Jokic
double
fans? I have a
team,
question.
bro.
Are y'all
We're all
Nuggets fans
Jokic
or no?
fans,
Yeah,
bro.
hey, I'm a
They're
Joker
gross.
fan. I ain't gonna lie.
You a Joker fan? All right, I can tell.
Yeah.
Because y'all really be talking crazy.
Bro, the
about
Nuggets
y'all,
are ass, bro. Like, I'm
Hey, hold on. Time
out.
out. What conversation are we actually having right now? I feel like we just arguing.
I have
about
no
Joker
clue.
and Embiid
He's
again.
talking about 2020 and it's us getting swept.
Every time we make a
no
point
reason.
about right now, y'all go back to the 2020 series.
No, because I act like Embiid never got swept before.
I never said that.
In the bubble.
Anyway,
okay, y'all bringing up Murray in the bubble.
They hold on to the bubble for dear life.
Let me let some new people in here, bro. Because we got some people that have been waiting. Let me see. Isaiah, Josiah. I can't say your last name. Isaiah, you there, Isaiah?
Yo.
What's up? What you got to say?
Nah, I ain't say nothing.
Okay, nothing